Hey everyone, welcome to the latest episode of South Unboxing. If you'd like to know what plastic model kits we'll be reviewing next, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell button. It's been quite a while since we've reviewed a Gunpla model kit, and we've finally finished building one that we can't wait to review with all of you. This is what we are reviewing this week. RG-12144 Shining Gundam from Bandai Namco and Bandai Spirits. About 2 years ago, we talked about different Gunpla model grades and God Gundam, or Burning Gundam in English dub, when we are reviewing RG God Gundam and RG expansion set for God Gundam, so we are not going to repeat about the background in here. But if you missed our previous review video, you could always check out the link below. At that time, we are speculating which mobile suit from Mobile Fighter G Gundam will be the next RG model, and finally, after 2 years, we've received this Shining Gundam that's made the cut, and we are more than happy to build and assemble it. And talking about assembly, let me quickly put all the parts together so we can check out further. Just give me a moment. Alright, so we have the fully assembled Shining Gundam in here. Similar to God Gundam, Shining Gundam is also piloted by Domon Kazu and is the predecessor of God Gundam. As guns and the lights are prohibited to be used during the Gundam fight except for some cannons and Vulcan guns, we don't see much weaponry compared to RX-78, Unicorn Gundam, and many others. But that doesn't mean that model kit lacks any of the accessories, as we can see in here, and we'll look into that shortly. Let's talk about the main Shining Gundam model. Compared to the very first generation of RG model kits that use a fully molded movable frame, the RG models these days actually require us to build the internal frame along with the outer armor along the way. We still have the complete frame structure inside every RG kit, and if you want, you can still remove the armor pieces to reveal the frame. But because of the old inline frame is very prone to breaking due to its fragile nature, older RG models are most likely like a statue inside our cabinets. With the improved RG frame and model kits these years, we can truly play and pose with them. And just like most of the mainline Gundams, Shining Gundam is also using the red, blue, and white tricolor scheme. And since this is an RG model, Bandai Namco has gone one step further to add light gray parts to various places to add more depth to the kit, like in here, and also in here. So you can see different shades. It's not as obvious as some other RG models, but at least it's a huge step up from the HG line. For the majority of this model kit, I only straight build it, add the panel lines, spray with semi-gloss top coat, apply with the included realistic decals. It's mostly done anyways, and that's it. To be honest, the individual parts of RG models are way too small for me to handle, so instead of having the model fully painted, I chose to spray with top coat to reduce the plasticky feeling of it, and it still looks very amazing this way. The only part I've repainted are the gold parts under the shoulders, the shining shots on the forearm, and the nozzles inside the lower legs. I used the regular black, silver, then gold paint spraying steps to improve the shininess of the gold parts, and the results are fascinating, and we'll see very soon. Let's have a look at the articulation. There's a total of 3 modes of Shining Gundam, but let's focus on the normal mode first. The head is mounted on a ball joint, and making rotation on the neck possible like this. Just be gentle when posing, as it's still a plastic model and is fragile to move widely. And there's also a double joint in the neck so we can further tilt the head forward and downward. So even with such a small model scale, we can still open the cockpit hatch in the RG model. Let me try to open it. It's quite small. Here we go. Like this. And the torso can be bent at the waist, back, and forth, and left, and right, a bit too. The shoulder armors are quite exaggerated when we compare them with other Gundams, but they don't affect the movement of the arms, no matter we are trying to raise the arms. Or extend on the sides. We can bend the forearms pretty much close to 180 degrees thanks to the double joint. This is particularly important for the mobile suits in Mobile Fighter G Gundam, and it's all about being very articulated for natural martial art moves like how humans would perform. The waist armors also have individual joints, so they won't interfere the movement of the legs. And as a mobile suit, performing kicks, and bending at the knee joints is just a regular routine. Right now, I have the closed fist installed in both arms, but as we can see, we also have other fist parts for both action poses and holding the beam swords, as well as performing the shining finger with the metallic green right hand part. Remember, we are talking about Shining Gundam having two other modes? Besides this normal mode, it also has a battle mode, which is just opening the face armor parts. Give me a moment. Like this. And the arm covers are opened. Like this. And we can all see the golden parts inside too. And this will help perform the shining finger move. Let me just try to replace it. The ultimate mode is the super mode, in which the shoulder armors, arm armors, and leg armors are transformed to reveal the golden parts underneath, and the panels on the head are moved forward like an angry lion. Let me try to open all the panels without breaking anything. Here we go. The leg part is a little bit hard, so I may have to do it afterwards then. But it's so awesome that Bandai Namco is able to incorporate all the movements of the parts directly in the model instead of replacing parts to recreate different modes. For the accessories, besides the hand parts we've shown to you, we also have a pair of beam sword handles and the effect parts, and with the G Gundam sticker, and the core lander, which is also transformable so we can insert it in the main Shining Gundam figure on the back. Even the cockpit can be opened, and the vents and the nozzle at the bottom are movable as well. So for those with eagle eyes, you've probably noticed that when I was transforming Shining Gundam to different modes, the left side, this one, of the face armor was quite loose. That's because I had a little accident when I was applying enamel paint to panel lines on the armor piece. When the panel lines were dried and I tried to lift it, it simply broke into two pieces. This was the very first time I had parts broken like this for the decades of model making. We've all heard that enamel paints may damage plastic parts and cause them to shatter, and I didn't put on any base coat or paint over before applying the panel lines, which might be the reason for the breaking. In the end, I had to use super glue to glue the two broken pieces together, but still it's not perfect to have a snug fit. I will just leave the Shining Gundam in super mode like this from now on. Huge lesson learned. Last thing we would like to talk about is the instruction manual. For those who've been building Gunpla for long, we know that the instruction manuals used to be just Japanese only with minimal use of English. Then they slowly moved from strictly Japanese to Japanese and English bilingual manuals, which was the first step to internationalize their products. With this RG model kit, it now has become Trilingual instruction manual with English, French, and Spanish for Americas and European countries. Let's have a quick look. The words look kinda small when they have to squeeze in 3 languages inside, but we can see that Bandai Namco is trying to go global at last. But that doesn't mean that we won't see the Japanese and English menus anymore. If you live in Asian countries and with some of the latest MG models, you'll still see the bilingual menus. At least, more and more modelers around the world can enjoy Gunpla and break down the language barrier. That's it for this episode of Cells Unboxing. If you enjoyed this in-depth review video, please give us a thumbs up, leave your comments below, and share with others who love Gunpla. Our next question is, who will be the next RG Gunpla from Mobile Fighter G Gundam? We are all hoping we'll see Master Gundam next, and Nobel Gundam will also be an excellent choice. So, hopefully our prayers will be answered shortly. We still have other Gunpla kits to review with you, so stay tuned. Now let's put Shining Gundam on the turntable for different angles and poses. See you all next time. Happy building!